Good evening, everybody. The Old Wolf here. Time again for another episode of the Witch and Wolf Wisdom. It is April 19th, 2022. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
It's New York time.
Yes, New York time. Coming at you live from Rochester, New York.
Woohoo!
Again, episode 26, The View Below. So we're playing around with a little bit. I got Time of the Phoenix kind of going in the background. Can't tell you exactly how well those levels are because, yeah, we're not that sophisticated technically. But yes, we got a little bit of interesting. Got two tracks that will be premiering tonight. We'll also be dipping back into the meme pool as well as, discussion and rant and comedy and all kinds of shit. So let me get the basic things out of the way. As they say, the views, opinions, expressions, fuckery, they're mine. And they're all mine. So my views are mine and they're not anybody else's. Unless you want, you can take
fuckery allowed.
Yeah, you can take them, you can run with them, but for that all legal disclaimer. Obviously the memes in question tonight are not mine. They're just pulled from random internet places, so make what you want of those. The music, however, is again produced, performed, and owned by the Old Wolf. And it's really, we finished up the last track of this album. We're already starting the aspects for the second album. And it's been really wild getting to work with so many different people and being able to put these elements, some of them for me obviously are deeper and darker elements of shadow work and experiences and perceptions.
Have a good place to express even.
Yes.
Well, no emotion is truly negative. Some of them are just different and need to be expressed in a different way.
Well, there are shades of that.
There are shades. Context
You know what I mean?
is everything.
Context is everything. And there'll be plenty of room for context later. So hello to everybody. Hello to Sabrina, Michelle, everybody else that's joining us. Thank you again, as always. Your support is greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Please go to the YouTube channel if you haven't yet. Like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. It's free. Doesn't cost you guys anything. Keeps you in tune with what's going on.
And sometimes that's the only place where some of your music is published for a little while. So they can get free, like the premiere preview, first look.
Yes. And we'll be doing other things as the album gets to an actual physical release, getting the album art done and, all those little nuances. You and I are starting work on some of the songs from the writing contest that, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, but I took it out of there.
Yeah, no, that's okay. And, we're going to just go into some of the elements. As again, please join us on YouTube. The likes and the subscribes, they help us out immensely. Feel free to, any of the music tracks that are out there, again, feel free to show them. Shiya has her ongoing teaching series, which again is available only to members of the mentorship circle. A lot of different things, self-paced learning, Reiki, divination. Shiya also has some private video readings, which are $30 recorded custom readings for those of you who don't have time to come out and, join her on her lives. Yes,
or
Sabrina, absolutely. Sometimes it's a good place to come out and cry, but also sometimes we can take those tears and we can make them into tears of joy. It's all about perspective. It's not easy.
Tears of power. There is such
tears
a thing
of power.
Tears of power.
Right. But listen, again, whatever the context is, it's unique and it's personal. So we always try, to the best of our ability, to keep that in mind.
Yes.
As you would like to say, we are the
Good Vibe Tribe.
Yes, indeed. Strength in numbers.
I love how you try
Tiffany is like starting her own shadow work. Oh boy, it might feel like going to hell, but I haven't been there yet.
Now, Tiffany, you asked me a question last night, and I'm going to bring it up. You asked, because I was in the middle of doing readings and all that fun shit. You asked, and I want to let the wolf answer this first, but your question was, does somebody else do your shadow work for you? Would you like to give an opinion on that?
Well, I would not say that somebody else does the shadow work per se. Other people can help us. I strongly recommend You know,
Yeah.
my philosophy, strength in numbers, because perspective is incredibly important. Just the framework of support, you know, I use the gymnastics analogy. It's always good to have a spotter because you never know when shit's going to go sideways.
True.
But ultimately, shadow work is unique and personal to the individual because it reflects our experiences, our traumas, our pain.
Absolutely.
You know, and shadow work is not always negative per se. You know, there are elements that shadow work reflects the more positive elements or the elements of who we want to be, how we can get there, how we can be better people,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera.
Now, what I will answer on that is simply that, you know what? Nobody else can really see your shadow but you. Okay? People can see effects of your shadow. If you're not dealing with your shadow work, your shadow side can come out and wreak havoc. But they don't know the roots of it. They can't experience truly what brought it into being, whatever. What the wolf says about having somebody to be able to talk to and to bounce this off of, I feel is critical in shadow work.
Absolutely.
Trying to do it all by yourself is like bad idea. Bad idea from hell, because then you don't have anyone to really bounce this off of and kind of check yourself.
Well, my philosophy is simply this. More times than not, it's our own thinking that gets us fucked up, that gets us into trouble. So logic suggests that somebody else's perspective, somebody else's experience, strength, hope, whatever the framework of the analogy, is at least a better option.
And having somebody to talk through that with. Now, it can be somebody on a spiritual level. Heck, even professional counselors, you know, can understand shadow work, even though it's, you know, maybe less spiritually involved in that case, but they are involved in CBT. And shadow work is something that Carl Jung came up with when talking about the subconscious.
Well, like a lot of things, there are labels and frameworks, words that will get, you know,
Words.
Shadow work,
Words.
you know, step work, which is a term that's used in recovery circles, therapy, self-analysis. I mean, again, these are all just different color socks. They're still all socks, and we have to wear them at different points. It's just sometimes, you know, again, the analogy being, you shouldn't walk into your local supermarket only wearing your socks.
Yeah, that's what I agree with.
You might get in trouble. Jan Ivy's like, yes, her YouTube was working tonight.
Yay.
Very, very cool. So again, for those of you that are actually watching, you know, a lot of the promo stuff going through Broken Tats, my brother Tony Rodriguez, the pop-up sticker company, Under My Skin Tat, and obviously Broken Past, the band. Shiya's got the gift certificates available for everything from private readings, membership, spell casting, dream analysis, custom music even. Wow. We know somebody does custom music?
Yeah, actually, you know what? Cheris wants to talk to you about that. She mentioned that last night.
Well, yes, I am available for those things. And Jan makes a good point. Labels are often overused to a point they no longer mean what they originally meant. It's an absolutely viable point. You know, context being what it is, you know, certain things translate differently for different reasons.
Absolutely.
Both logistically and, you know, literally, depending upon where you are. You know, I have a lot of friends over in the UK and stuff like that, and, you know, even just within that framework, the difference between,
if you go over
Irish dialect, Scottish dialect, and, you know, if you're from Liverpool.
I'm going to make an off-color joke.
Uh-oh, here we go.
You can go to the UK and ask for a fag, and somebody will hand you a cigarette. You come over here to the US and ask for a fag. It's going to be a whole
You're going to get directed to the local glory hole.
There you go. See?
Context. It is what it is.
You want a fag?
No, that's okay. The wolf don't roll that way. But hey, listen, if that's what I don't begrudge anybody else it.
No, you guys didn't see I was trying to hand him my cigarette when I asked him that.
But again, sometimes the picture's with 1,000 words. Speaking
in England, you don't.
Chris, you don't mention your pants either, Chris.
Why not, Chris? Why do you not talk? That's one I don't know. I always like British culture kind of things. But why do you not mention your pants in England? Could I mention the pants on the lift to my flat?
I'll call
drove
the
using
hole and
petrol?
they pocket.
Yep. Butter pie.
Butter pie?
Butter pie.
Yes.
So, yeah, fun.
Little things. You know, again, it is
It's your underwear.
part of it's the dynamic. And again, right, it is these little nuances, especially within language, you know, and I'm a big student, I guess you could say, of the elements within not only perspective and perception, but how that translates into language, Old English versus New English.
Yes.
You know, and the variations, you know, that exist around the world.
You know what I found fascinating was when we were watching, I think it was Vikings, and they actually had the Englishmen, though, from Wales and from, you know, the different areas there, speaking English, sound nothing like what we recognize as English.
Oh, yeah.
today. And I'm like, I'm trying to pick out nuances of some of the words and stuff like that, but that English sounded nothing like what we know as English now.
Yeah, listen, and I mean, again, you know, the influences, elements like Old Latin, obviously Germanic elements, you know, most languages now are composites of other languages that have existed before.
Somehow the word bay is now in Webster.
I'm not even going to touch that. Michelle, yep, the recovery group, and let me see. Yeah, no, that one doesn't actually have it.
Yeah, it does. AR promo.
There we go.
There it is.
I'm going to switch this over. So, yeah, we can talk about that real quick.
There you go.
The Alternative Recovery Group is a Facebook group. Not going to lie, a lot of us
It's self-driven.
is self-driven because everybody is, and this is the thing about recovery. Recovery is about living life within the framework, and the recovery, I guess you could say, slogan, you know, is living life on life's terms. But recovery is different for everybody. So this was kind of the framework between Shiya, myself, and Ashley Hart in just creating this, which is, you know, a safe place that people could go to vent, to talk, to interact.
Like certain groups won't accept whether you're microdosing or
Right.
whether
Or if you go to
you're
AA
friendly,
versus NA.
or Celebrate Recovery or any of these other branded recovery groups. And so many people are like, you know, hey.
Or the religion angle,
the religion
unfortunately.
angle. Yes, that's Celebrate Recovery has a religious angle to it.
Worship my God. No.
I don't want to.
No.
I
Your
don't.
God is not here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, again, it's all about perspective. So we tried to create an open framework that was just like, hey, your road of recovery is yours. We can share elements. We can agree to disagree and maybe, you know, find some common cause, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Going back to my philosophy of strength in numbers.
And
Destiny, great to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Destiny, and it doesn't matter what you're recovering from. Some people are recovering from PTSD elements. Some people are recovering from, you know, things that they abuse, substance or otherwise. Some people have a sexual addiction, food addiction, you know, bulimia.
Some of us are just recovering from the generic stupidity of the world that they live in. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, but I am
know.
not in recovery from that yet. I am still
Oh,
suffering.
I'm an
all the
active
effects.
recovery, but,
okay.
you know.
I am still suffering the effects.
But yes, welcome to the wonderful world we live in. One of the other things I wanted to hit out, and because she was one of the people who started this group, Ashley Hart, was a good friend of ours, and we finally actually have Hart's Creations. Check her out, facebook.com/Harts, HARTS Creations. Incredible dream catchers, and as the picture says 1,000 words, dream catchers with intention. She's not just a craft person.
No.
She's not just somebody who takes things and throws them together and be like, hey.
Let me give you a really good example.
Please
First
do.
of all, what is hanging above our bed?
A dream catcher that helped me immensely.
From Heart's Creations.
From Heart's
Now,
Creations.
y'all know how much I love my mom, and she told me the other day, oh, I'm having problems with sleep, and I'm like, guess what you're getting for Mother's Day? What's she getting for Mother's Day, honey?
A dream catcher?
Yes.
From Ashley Hart?
Yes, from Heart
Yes.
Creations.
Listen, they're
Oh my
incredible.
God, it's amazing. Yes.
And I don't say, listen, I don't say this stuff lightly. The people that we promote, we do so genuinely and out of love, and also just from a simple practical context. A lot of people sell a lot of things, and
I
you know
don't
it is what it
promote them
is.
if I don't believe in
But
them.
Ashley puts actual magic and her heart. You know, she's one of those rare individuals
Yep.
that actually has the ability to do these things. So, you know, again, all things being equal, and I just say this again in the simplest of truth, when you're dancing in these realms and you're dealing with, you know, magical / mystical elements, you don't want something, you know, from the goddamn dollar store. You know what I mean? You don't want
doesn't do anything.
some bullshit, you know, type of tourist. You know, you want things that are made with love and intent. That is the
Absolutely.
beauty of magic.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, Jan Ivy says, you know, she has several creations, and we say the same thing. Her work is fucking amazing.
Oh, it's so funny.
So-
I had another client the other day that was
Check her
telling
out
me-
for sure.
Another client the other day was telling me just how much she was having problems with the dreams, and I'm like, well, you should get a dream catcher from Ashley Hart. And I said, and she said, oh, I have one from her. I'm like, well, why are you having dream problems? Well, I put it away because my son came over,
Yeah.
and it's in a drawer. Well, it's
And
not
you
doing a
wonder
whole lot
why.
of good. And she's like, okay, I'll put it back up. And I asked her next day, how were your dreams? She goes, perfect. I'm like, see, keep it on the
Listen, I
fucking
mean,
wall.
again, sometimes there are no coincidences. But also, you know, not just her. We also have our good friends over here at Mystical Moons who
Mystical Moons!
generously sponsored
Last contest?
the last contest, the songwriting contest that we did.
You know you want to name drop and get 25% off your
Yeah,
first
name
order.
drop and get 25% off. Again, some really beautiful stuff, you know, not just, you know, shit that, you know, and
She's
I know a lot of
deserving.
people are twisted up about the Etsy stuff, and I agree with them, but this isn't just some generic Etsy shit. This is, you know, these are all elements of people who
When you-
have
when
who
you
have
purchase-
walked the walk. They don't just
Yeah.
talk it, they fucking walk it.
When you purchase from them, you're actually supporting a small business, a real person.
That's a great point.
Every dollar that you do goes to buying food, groceries, rent.
And keeping
Electric
these elements
and
available
yeah.
to everybody.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's not unlike the same thing. You know, I talk about this a lot. You know, my brother Tony, you know,
Same
the
thing
Popo
there.
Sticker Company. And again, for those of you who aren't actually seeing this, www.cough.
Cough, cough.
Yeah, your timing's unbelievable sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
You got to go.
Hey, you
No,
remember
you
your
gotta
son
go.
was talking about
No,
your
no, no,
timing earlier. I mean, come on.
But anyway,
Kettle.
yeah, well, hey, that's just me. For those of you who can't see, though, again, www.popostickercompany.com, and Popo is spelled P-A-P-O, sticker, S-T-I-C-K-E-R, company, C-O-M-P-A-N-Y.
Yeah, make sure you stick that S
Dot.
in there. You didn't stick the S in there.
Ah.
www.popos, plural, or possession, actually.
P-A-P-O-S,
There you go.
but it's Popo Sticker. So,
Oh, okay.
see,
So I'm reading
so that's
it.
why you're fucking people
Oh,
off.
okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
See, this is why we can't have
Sticker.
you.
Okay. Well,
See, now, listen, you're just batting a
Where'd you
thousand
find-
here.
Damn.
I'm sending you back down to the minors. You need
No.
more training.
I need more weed.
But anyway, we digress. PopoStickerCompany.com. Listen, my brother Tony makes pretty much anything you can fucking imagine. Okay?
And well, too.
I'm talking stickers, coffee mugs, beanie hats, wallets, t-shirts. He made the custom sweatshirt for Ash Buck, who
Yes.
won the previous contest.
Yes, and that, oh my God, turned out so
And you can do it
amazing.
pretty much anything you could imagine. So, you know, if
Yeah.
you got a picture of your kids and you want to make them into fucking t-shirts for grandma and grandpa, bang, Tony can do it. And he can do it cheaper than most people, and he does it better than fucking everybody.
You got a big order, he got you. You got a one-off, he got you. You know?
Now-
I highly recommend.
And again, you know, yes, he's my brother. I'm obviously emotionally
I'm
compromised.
not as emotionally compromised as you, and this is one of the most generous, caring men that I've met. He runs the Under My Skin for Life Foundation, which does a lot of work for autism and autism awareness and cancer research. and
Homeless
stuff like
vets, things
homeless
like that.
vets. And not only that, but he is one of the most amazing single dads, besides the man that I'm sitting next to right now, aka you. Because I mean, his son is his life, and he makes sure that kiddo has everything he needs. You know, it's awesome. He's posted.
Well, thank you. All right, stop blowing smoke up my ass. It's uncomfortable.
It's your ass and his ass. So both of you. Yeah.
Shit's puckering. It's not used to that.
Yeah.
See, now I got to go wipe myself. It's all wet.
Yeah, I keep telling you, we should install that today.
Did it taste like artificial vanilla?
Yes, actually it did.
People want to know.
Tasty.
So yes, for those of you here, it has been confirmed. The old wolf's asshole tastes like artificial vanilla. So I guess I share that with beavers.
Weed.
Where's Suzanne when you need her?
I don't know.
It's nowhere to be seen.
I have no idea.
But yes, a lot of different things. Also, too, and this is, I'm gonna push this.
Smoke up my ass.
Well, I mean, I'm actually very well versed in that. Anyway, yes, I know. Well, and Chris, everybody's up. Men don't take praise. Well, Chris is like, Wolf, take a fucking compliment. You just insulted your lady's taste. No, not really. This is how we fucking roll.
This is how we banter.
Yes, and listen, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'm not really great with all that type of stuff. I call it my anti-ego shield, because I know all too well that if you go too deep into the ego, it consumes everyone and everything around
you. Yeah, but every so often I will just stop.
So yes, I overcompensate. I'm a high-functioning empath. I overanalyze. I overcompensate.
But every so often, I just stop, give you the look, and say, "Babe, say thank you," yes. And you say thank you.
Well, that or you shake your titties at me. So
that too.
That
or I threaten not to give you scratches.
But anyway, we're talking about Shiya's mentorship circle.
Oh man, I almost had you derailed.
Yes, almost happy, but not quite. It didn't work.
No, I do recommend this.
Well, of course, you run it. But I can say this honestly, this is an incredible place, not only for learning, and I wholeheartedly push these elements, because knowledge is power. The more we can learn, the better tools we have.
Yes.
But it's also a great place for, again, that kind of framework of support.
Yeah.
It's not a coven, you know what I mean? No, it's a circle.
All are one. We're all welcome. Like we were just talking about trauma triggers this week. This weekend we started talking about some of the different trauma triggers, and people are comfortable to talk about their trauma triggers, and through has come a discussion of, hey, this is true. I can work on this, and here's how I'm working on overcoming my trauma triggers, and it's doing shadow work together.
Yes, and there's all kinds of stuff. Tara, Reiki. Dream elements. There's a lot of self-learning elements on top of the other things that you do through it. So I highly recommend, again, if you're looking for a place to connect, looking for a place to grow, check out the mentorship circle.
Yeah.
So welcome, Brenda. What up?
Hey,
and Diana's like, my cousin going to bust open the shed lock tomorrow. I walked all over the ground, no keys. I bet they're inside. Yeah, that's probably
that was my first thing, saying that they were somewhere. I was wondering if they were inside. That was the first thing, but I see that it's somewhere around there and in that area. They can go far. So
Chris, you're right. You don't have to agree. You just thank them. However, in my dysfunction, it's easier to try and deflect it back and convince them that no, actually, you don't want to blow smoke up my ass because I'm a monster and it just feeds the beast. So yeah, that's all in sarcasm and joking, but we all do the way that we can. It's not always perfect. It's not always pretty.
He does say thank you once in a while.
Yes, I do. I try. Thank you. See, I did it. Now we'll move on.
Your thank you quota has been met for the month.
Yes, yes. I have paid my dues.
Yes, you have.
So tonight we're going to premiere 2 tracks.
2.
The first one is now publicly available. It can be shared out. It's available on the YouTube channel. And again, please feel free to share the music. That's why we did it the way that we did, so that way it would be available to everybody, that you can share it, you can listen to it.
If you don't share it, I'll kick your ass.
Well, that's shy. I'm not going to kick your ass.
Who said that?
But this one was, again, another deeper track. I'm actually very proud of it, and it was actually a very personal element musically. Well, because I got to play, for those of you who have been following the musical progression, a guy I know by the name of Tom Hampton, who was the guitar player for a country Americana band called Poco, did the slide guitar for this. And this track is definitely outside. It's not a country track at all. But Tom generously,
beautiful.
Tom did some incredible kind of like pseudo Pink Floyd type of slide work. Incredibly beautiful stuff. But the song was written basically to try and help a friend who was drowning from the murder of her daughter, which was, you know, a horrendous tragedy, and just, you know, one of those elements that you just can't really, you know, you can't get your head around it. It is a horrible context for anybody, and those of you who are parents out there, you know, I'm sure you can appreciate. So we get lost, and we become consumed a lot of times by pain and grief and tragedy and loss, and it's up to those of us on the outside to try and do the best that we can to help them, to save them if we can.
Yeah.
So this really, again, was a very personal track in saying, hey, you know, don't forget who you are. You know, the tragedy, yes, it sucks, but it doesn't define you, and it surely doesn't define her. So the video was designed as a memorial to her daughter. So for those of you, again, you know, just to answer the question, yes, this is a very specific track. Again, for, you know, I hope it speaks to other people, you know, for the elements, you know, that it doesn't necessarily have to be the death of a child. Well, any form of death and
Michelle
loss.
has lost a child, so I think this will definitely speak to her.
Listen, you know, again,
you know,
sometimes the only way that we can relate is by sharing these elements.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, our intent, you know, between myself, you know, Tony, my son, performs on this track. Matt Brown brought incredible vocals to the words that I had written, and obviously the music that I had, you know, composed to go with this. So without further ado, we're going to jump to the official release of Mama Rocks, and we'll be back afterwards.
Hey mama, let us show you all the things you have forgotten. The things you have forgotten. It wasn't so long ago. We all danced around the fire, stories to the children, laughing with their wonder. Mama Rocks, remember who you are. Don't let them bring you down. laughter, with your laughter, with your laughter. Mama rocks, remember who you are. Don't let them bring you down. If you could only say the way we say you still, the magic is in your heart. Your destiny will carry with you in the arms of her mother. It's simple, don't you see? The question was always the answer. Hey, mama, let me show you all the things. Hey, mama, let's give you all the tricks. Mama rocks, remember who you are. Don't let them bring you down. If you could only say the way we say you still, the magic is in your heart. Your destiny will carry with you in the arms of her mother. It's simple, don't you say? The question was always the answer. Things you have forgotten. It's time to get you see. So let's dance around the fire. So let's dance around the fire.
So yes, that was the official release of Mama Rocks. It is available on YouTube. So please feel free to go on over to the YouTube channel.
You have to click it off.
Click, click, click.
Click, click, click.
Click, click, click.
Click
Click
it.
it. Click it.
Click it.
I have
not
been.
that
No,
one.
not that one. No, I gotta.
The other
Oh, that one.
That one. Yeah.
Click.
There you go. There you go.
All right. So clickety click click.
Michelle, I'm glad it touched you.
Again, the intent was not just a memorial, but hopefully something
To share hope. To share
hope, to remind us all that even through the worst and the most horrendous of elements, we still can choose what end of the spectrum we are going to embrace.
Yes.
And, it's difficult. Don't get me wrong. This is not like a fucking light switch. You just click and be like, okay, I'm better. No, it doesn't work that way. But we can remind the people around us, especially when we know they're hurting, when we know they're lost, or when we know they're in fucking trouble. You know what I mean? Granted, we can't control what other people do, but we sure as fuck can use the elements that we have, and we can vocalize. We can say, hey, remember who the fuck you are, okay? Remember, the elements. You're not alone. You don't have to dance this by yourself. And, in a lot of ways, sometimes finding a different context, putting it into a different framework. It takes time. You know what I mean?
Hello, Cheris, Honora.
Yes, hello, Cheneris, my sister Honora, and Brother Mark. Yes, we are doing good. Groovy. So yes, there are different elements and different things that reflect based on experience. Some of it good, some of it bad.
All of it we learn through, we grow through.
Listen, we all have to dance it.
Life is
We all have to dance it.
We just got to do what we can do.
One of the things that we have been doing, and it has been a lot of fun, and this is the segment of the show where we're going to jump over into it's meme time. Yes, that blank screen just means we haven't clicked to the first one.
Uh-oh.
And, we'll just start. I'm going to start at the bottom. Yes. Fuck the world.
Fuck the world.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah. Fuck the world.
Now, this is a meme that's kind of floated around in a whole bunch of different formats. It is taken from a scene in Family Guy where, anybody who's ever seen Family Guy knows, not unlike South Park and The Simpsons,
it's irreverent.
They just rip on every aspect of culture and society, from religion to whatever the fuck.
AKA irreverent as fuck.
And for those of you that are a little bit older, like myself and Shiya, will probably remember the Pepperidge Farm commercials with, all this scenic Little House on the Prairie shit being like,
I'm a shit kind of
oh, don't you want these cookies? Because Pepperidge Farm, remember. Yeah, well, that old guy, he's like, you know what, I had enough. Fuck the world. You take your cookies and shove them up your ass. They were no good for you anyway.
Yeah.
So yes, that's how we're going to stop today's.
Especially since they stopped carrying my favorite cookie.
Well, I mean, that was a fucking crime unto itself.
Exactly. So fuck the world.
But yes, it's interesting because these elements obviously reflect different elements. For somebody who's never seen the Pepperidge Farm commercial, just like, who the fuck is this old dude with this bag? It looks like maybe, I don't know what the fuck's in the bag. Looks like he's got a big bag of money in the back. Maybe he's got a body in the bag. Who the fuck knows?
You don't know. It's probably horse shit.
Yeah, and where's this happening? Is this like, is this somewhere in Ohio? Is this the Mennonites? Is some fucking Amish fucking conspiracy?
Pepperidge Farm.
Perspective is everything. Yes. So this next one I call the goat. I have these days. I don't know about you. And again,
can have them.
For those of you who don't get to enjoy the visual, I'll just throw it out there for you. I came, I saw, I forgot what I was doing, retraced my steps, and got distracted on my way back. I have no idea what's going on, and now I have to pee.
Yep. What was I doing?
Relatable. I think it's totally relatable. I think young or old, I mean, granted, if you're older, it probably happens more often than for younger people. But in the same element, we all pee. That's common. We have that in common. There's no way around it. I don't care who the fuck you are.
We all know how to do the pee.
You all piss. We all piss. We have that in common. So I think under the golden umbrella of piss is a beautiful way to start that conversation.
What conversation?
Well, that, we all have this in common.
Yeah, that's true.
Piss is piss. Doesn't matter where it rains down on you from. It's still piss.
Truth.
Little things.
Little things.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, Michelle says, the older I get, the better gravity works. I swear I have to pee every time I stand up.
Truth.
Listen, it's relatable.
It's like I get up, go into the other room, about to sit down, like, no, I gotta go pee. I got up. Never mind. I'll be in the bathroom.
Now, this one just made me chuckle. Those of you who are wrestling fans, it's John Cena! And the caption simply, now again, for those of you who can't see this, it's John Cena in a wig and a dress. And the caption says, like a lady. What girls feel like when someone says, you look so much like your dad. Yeah. I don't know. As the female in this equation,
I would have to agree that when somebody says you look like your dad, that's kind of, you're gonna like, do I look masculine or something?
And me personally, I'm terrified of this image. It made me laugh, but it made me laugh in that horrific kind of like, oh my God, my soul's in jeopardy kind of way. I mean, John Cena,
John Cena,
guns,
awesome.
wig, dress.
Flowers in his hair. I love that part.
You know, because all this screams
And
to
a
me,
boat.
this screams to me like Dante's ninth layer of hell,
Dude,
where it
it's
just
like a
basically,
lady.
it looks like a really pretty thing, but it's actually like it's like Oz, the prison, little HBO shop, for those of you who
Yeah.
remember Oz back in the day. But this screams, this is a poster for prison rape.
It
Okay.
kind of is.
This is what happens when you go to prison. John Cena in a wig and a dress shows up and be like, it's time to do time.
But see, it's not just John Cena in a wig and a dress. It's John Cena in a wig and a dress, posed like he's taking school pictures as a little girl.
No,
With
that's
a
just
fake
John.
dumbass face.
That's John looking at you, being like, "That's right, I'm gonna fuck that ass." That's what it says to me. It's just me. I'm sorry.
Dude looks like a lady.
So moving right along. Ta-da!
Oh gosh, this one.
Now,
Oh my goodness.
me being a Trek guy, I just couldn't resist this one.
Yep.
And also, I thought Heath Ledger's Joker was the fucking.
Bestest.
I mean, him and Jack
He
Nicholson.
was the most. That was
everything
the most
else, and this is no
unhinged,
against.
realistic Joker,
Right.
Rather than somebody, yeah, no, he wouldn't be like, oh yeah, let me save lives. He'd be like, let's fucking kill everybody. Just
Listen, I personally think that this role is what eventually led to his death.
Maybe.
You know, all sarcasm aside, when you dance in the mouth of madness, it's hard not to get bit in the process.
but the best Joker ever. Nobody's ever going to top this one in my book.
But anyway,
Although I did like what's his face, Nicholson's Joker. That was
well, that's why I said it's Jack and Heath. They're the definitive Jokers, in my personal opinion. But anyway, the caption basically, the meme is basically Heath Ledger's Joker from the hospital scene where he's wearing
the nurse's costume.
and he's got the full makeup. And the top of it is like, Captain Kirk goes back to outer space and no one bats an eye. The bottom of the caption is, people go on strike or quit their jobs because they want more money and other benefits, and everybody loses their minds.
People need a sustainable wage.
I wonder.
It's ridiculous.
Makes you think. Don't necessarily have to agree, but I just, again,
I think the culture that we should be sacrificing for the corporate good needs to go out the motherfucking window, and that it needs to be a cooperation. Work is work, and personal's personal, and never the two shall meet. Let's enjoy. This is work. This is my life, not I live to work.
well, I went much shallower than you went on this. I just looked at this and I thought about it, and I was like, So William Shatner, and those of you who don't know, he decided to take a ride up into space. And my mind is thinking, this motherfucker is so old and probably so twisted that he's flashbacking to his movie days. And I bet you, I think he went up there hoping that the Nexus was going to come rolling on by and he was going to jump out of that
ribbon.
And he was just going to go into some fucking alternate reality, or he was going to die like a fiery death and would be like immortalized, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where, like, again, to some degrees, I like how things play themselves out.
Very carefully.
Obviously. and Michelle, I agree. Listen, people should be able to live comfortably when they work their asses off. They shouldn't have to work their asses off to live comfortably. But again, an argument for another thing.
Yep.
Just part of the deeper, hey, welcome to meme land. Now, previous weeks, I have been pushing a lot of the Sesame Street fuckery. There were a lot of horrible Sesame Street memes.
Get us canceled.
Listen, this is what it is. Now, again, these next ones are some of them are pulled from the context. South Park did some really great episodes taking their shots at Disney. Now, again, this one, for those of you, again, who can't see at home, is kind of a Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul type of thing. It's, Saul up there, and the caption is, "No, Mickey, you can't divorce Minnie on the grounds that she was very silly." And Mickey saying, "No, Saul, I didn't say she was very silly. I said she was fucking goofy." Context. Context.
I'll do it again.
I'll fuck her again.
I like this.
So, yes, Context.
Oops.
Fucking goofy. I'm fucking goofy, but I'm not fucking goofy. Fuckity fuck. How one word changes the whole
Context.
fucking dynamic.
Yes.
And Sister Suzanne, welcome. And Mark, you're right. Roddenberry and Doohan's ashes were taken into space after they died. Listen, I'm a huge Roddenberry fan. I think, you know, especially considering when you hold it up now in retrospect to the time period and the elements of what was going on and the types of things that he brought to the table. And let's not forget, you know, Gene Roddenberry would not have been able to do any of the stuff that he was able to do if it was not for Deja Vu. Desi Lou production.
Yeah. Desi Lou.
And that is Lucille Ball, by the way. So if you talk Star Trek, remember, if it wasn't for I Love Lucy, there would be no fucking Star Trek. 6 degrees of separation. That's how you connect I Love Lucy to Star Trek. Now, in keeping with that whole Mickey element, I just love this. This is from the South Park. And this was Mickey just basically, you know, for those of you who look at Disney and be like, wondering. Top of the captions. Now get out there and make me some goddamn money. And it's just Mickey beating up on one of his poor Disney employees.
Yep.
But the mouse don't fuck around.
Yep.
Okay? The mouse will cancel your ass. Listen, fucking Disney, and the reason I chose this just because it's a kind of a moment of solidarity. For those of you who don't know, Disney actually sent the cops out in UK to a couple of fucking fans who had taken an old game and kind of reverse engineered it and put it out there for free for kids and people to enjoy. And Disney's like, oh no, fuck those children. We want your money. So they literally shut them down and sent the fucking cops. Now listen, I love Disney as much as the next person. I'm not trying to get into the fucking mess about this, that, or the other thing. Florida fucking losing its mind, whatever. But there's a case to be made when you go and have your fans arrested for trying to keep elements alive.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You know, I understand if they're ripping you off and, you know, blatantly selling, you know, fucking mouse dolls or, you know, whatever the case may be. But this was so fucking harmless and so innocuous. And it wasn't even something that Disney was marketing or using anymore. It was an old game that they canceled and basically shelved, told everybody, hey, yeah, fuck you, we don't care. And some fans said, you know what? We're going to put it back out there for people to enjoy. So it was an underground thing. Wasn't hurting anybody. But hey,
gotta make that
now
money.
go out there and make me some goddamn money.
There you go.
Disney, you better check yourself or you're going to find yourself canceled real fucking soon. I'm just saying, man. Just saying.
You don't fuck with the mouse.
Crazy.
I even heard of somebody who had like a Darth Vapor. Their smoke shop was named Darth Vapor, and they got served a cease and desist for the use of the word Darth. Hey, Aliyah.
Now, Suzanne says an interesting thing. She either had the most wicked case of deja vu.
No, leave that alone.
No, Shia says no.
No. Moving on.
She's going to move on. She shuts it down. Poop. And that's not unlike motivation. Nothing unlocks your potential like an 800-pound killing machine.
Right?
Oh. Now, again, for those of you who are fishermen, I hope you never have to experience this moment of horror. But nature has a way of kind of, this is what you get, boys and girls. Okay? Nature's beautiful, but nature, she is fierce. She's pissed off, and she is an 800-pound killing machine. I just, again, I like these little moments that reflect, hey, be careful what you wish for. This next one, sorry, ladies. When people tell you to drop the negative people in your life, but you are the negative people in your life. And the picture, again, 1,000 words, is just, poor woman sitting there at her breakfast bar in her pretty white dress, with a very expensive looking bottle of wine at her side. Now, the irony of this context, and I'm sure, again, anybody, who even dances in the empath spectrum understand this, a lot of times we're the fucked up person in the equation. It's not everybody else, it's us. We're the fucked up ones, okay? Sometimes we have to look at ourselves. My sister Diana, it's great to see you. Yes, we all human today. Just for today. But again, comedic elements, shadow work, perspective, they all sometimes will come together in these odd little moments. And, ironically, sometimes they will.
Gotta get rid of that negativity, whatever it takes.
Listen, sometimes you got to dance around it.
Yep.
Sometimes you just got to dance around it. Which again, no coincidence, brings us full around to a little Nero moment.
Okay, so
how do you fit Nero into a conversation? I thought this was great.
I was like the whole Caligula thing in that one. I was like, whoa.
And again, the meme caption here is, we got rid of Caligula and put a level-headed emperor in his place. It's finally all over for crazy emperors.
Woohoo!
Oh, hello, my favorite nephew, Nero. You want to haha, he's so cute. Yes, history has a way of being like, oh shit, did we actually do that? I don't know. Does it reflect on anything in the here and now? Maybe. Some people say this, some people say that. I don't know. But maybe there's a lesson from history to be learned.
Sometimes you think you get rid of the crazy and you're just trading out one kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, one is just basically,
one of them was just fucking his way through all the livestock.
The most insane acid-driven orgy you could ever imagine, and then, hey, let's burn the world.
Yeah.
Which is worse, I wonder?
I don't know.
Interesting conversation topic.
Definitely.
See, these are the things that really go good at family gatherings.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
Absolutely.
If you really want to make an impression on those in-laws.
Orgy-driven.
Caligula.
Burn the world. Which is
definitely good family fucking conversation topic.
Yeah, and a great family movie, too.
And speaking of families... Now, again, I always find the irony of some of these things just absolutely hysterical. This is a Santa Claus meme. The top is like, gifts, free toys. Only 2 first world countries. Ironic.
Isn't that strange?
I want, again, think about that in its framework.
I know I've seen for years, people have been putting on Facebook and stuff like that, hey, don't make the expensive toys from Santa, because those, who have less, Santa doesn't bring them quite as much, so it makes them feel like maybe they're not worth as much. And
I'm sure there are others out there who were immediately triggered, be like, don't you fuck with Santa? What the fuck is wrong with you? Listen, it is what it is.
Nothing is sacred.
I don't make the memes. I'm just, commenting on the context. Why is it that only first world countries get free toys?
Santa spelled backwards.
You know what I mean? Listen, we have all this technology and, shit like that. Can't we get some Legos out there, Yeah. Just saying. Yes, it's like, that's my favorite fat dude. Now, this next one, I assume no responsibility for. This is 100% a Shiya meme. Shiya found it. Shiya uploaded it. Shiya insisted that it be... No. You're not getting out of this.
No, I actually laughed my ass off.
Okay. So be prepared.
Yes.
Here it is. Sesame Street Classics. Late at night, the colorful vaginas gather and sing the lonely songs of their people.
Ooh, baby.
Let me tell you, I almost spit my fucking coffee out.
It was funny when I said that to him. It was great.
It was just like, oh, brr, 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 brr. Now, again, there are a couple elements within this that require discussion, okay? First off, ladies.
Yes.
Do your vaginas actually have eyes? Do they actually see what's going on? Is it like Mission Impossible 9, you know what I mean, where you've got like that fucking kind of, military kind of tactical.
Sometimes it feels like they have a personality.
Night vision type of shit.
Yep.
Now, the antennae can be interpreted a couple of different ways. I mean, hey, you know, I'm open-minded, you know what I mean? I understand they come in many shapes and sizes. But I gotta be honest, okay? That would terrify the living shit out of me, okay? That looks like, that's not something I'm gonna fuck. That's something that's gonna suck me in and take me to another dimension.
Oh,
okay?
shit. Somebody told him? God damn it.
All right.
Okay, now I'm never going to get
Diana's like, perhaps ladyscaping would reveal the truth.
Right?
And Suzanne says, great, they want to do things we don't always want to. So maybe they have their own minds and personalities.
Sometimes.
I think Suzanne's on to, I think both Diana and Suzanne are something. The ladyscaping, you know, I'm sorry, as a guy, I'm going to be the first one to admit it. I'm sorry. It doesn't mean that I'm into children. I've heard that argument. It's like, oh, guys that like women with no hair, they're just pedophiles. They want children. No, it's not about children.
No.
Oh, my God.
It's about not getting hair in your teeth.
Well, she said it, I didn't.
Yeah.
But Suzanne's right. Sometimes they want to do things we don't always want to do. And sometimes, you know, that translation can only be expressed through Sesame Street.
There you go.
So, there you have it. So, when you hear those songs late at night, guys, you know what the fuck is up. Okay? Just saying. So, we're going to end this section of the meme theme before we go into our next track.
Oh, I love this.
Personal favorite of mine, again, being a Star Wars fan. And it's just a picture of Yoda dead.
Dying dead.
No, it's Yoda dead.
The moment of his death.
That's Yoda dead.
Yeah.
And the caption, and this is great, and some of you will absolutely relate to this. Once I became a parent, I knew I have to do this in Yoda. Once I became a parent, I finally understood the scene where Yoda gets so tired of answering Luke's questions, he just dies. I will. Yes, once he became a parent, he finally understood where Yoda gets so tired of answering Luke's questions, he just fucking dies.
Why is this guy blue?
That's horrifying to me. Fucking Yoda lived for what? 500, 800 fucking years, fought the Empire,
900-ish.
trained generations of Jedi, and just
rolls over and dies.
Fucking, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And it was too much. It broke him.
Yep.
The fucking Emperor and Vader couldn't break him, but Luke's insistent, stupid fucking questions just drained his fucking soul.
Yeah.
So yes, for those of you parents, every parent, if you haven't had the moment, you will. Okay, it's not a question of if. It's just a question of when.
Please.
Where you just like
make it stop.
And listen, I fuck with my son all the time with it, and I'm like, Billy, pull the plug. Just pull the plug. Grandpa wants to die.
Ash is like, I come in at weird times.
Yes. Yes.
That's okay, Ash Buck.
Do you think he lifted his robe to see what he was packing? Probably not, because again, Yoda just dipped the fuck out. See, Yoda's smarter than that. He's been around long enough. Yeah. That's why Jedi, when they die, they just dissolve. They're not waiting for fucking necrophiliacs to come around and fuck their dead corpses, or for some fucking Sith to show up and be like, dead Jedi. Let's use this in some maniacal dark magic. No, Jedi just check the fuck out.
Yep.
We're just like, peace.
There will be no Jedi testicles.
To the astral plane we go. No mess, no fuss. Now, again, for those of you who are Star Wars fans, you can be like, oh,
like Suzanne.
What about in Episode 1 and the whole thing? No, that wasn't. Again, the context of what they were burning wasn't the same, and it's the same analogy in the end of Return of the Jedi. That wasn't Darth Vader they were burning his goddamn suit.
Yeah.
It was like the old Vikings. It was a testament. It was ritual.
It's their clothing.
But they pieced the fuck out. They become Force ghosts.
And the best depiction of that was the first one with Obi-Wan. You may strike me down.
Suzanne, and you know what? I got to frame this one because she did open the door. Suzanne, you're great. I love you for this. Suzanne says, I squealed in Walmart Saturday because I found a pack of Yoda and Vader straws with a straw cleaner that has a Yoda head on it.
Woohoo!
Honey, I love you, but we got to have a talk. If your life has been reduced, that this is the highlight, that this is where you are getting satisfaction.
I can't get no.
Okay? We need to have a conversation, sister. You open the door.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen, I'm the same way. It's a little bit different reactions, a little bit more uncomfortable and awkward because, you know, people always think the worst, you know. They see an old long-haired guy strolling through Walmart with a large erection. It doesn't look good. It's not a good look.
No.
It really isn't. Especially in sweatpants. Guys, trust me. It doesn't fly, man. Speedos, even worse.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
That's the point.
Horrifying.
Try to play ring toss, you know?
Oh, Jesus, you have to go there. But anyway, yes, perspective, context, comedy. Suzanne's like, thank the gods I'm a woman.
Right? Amen. All we need is panty liners.
Yes, I thank God that you're all women too. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, we share that in common. See, strength in numbers.
There you
Strength
go.
in numbers. So anyway, we're going to jump back over. Wah. And no,
Suzanne, I can't imagine that, Suzanne.
I cannot imagine walking around and the vagina just sticking out. And Ash says it, and thank you. Ash has the final word before we go to this next video.
Mm-hmm.
Old nuts and Speedos is like a thong for testes. Yeah, that was absolutely fucking horrifying, but thank
God,
you.
No. Please
listen,
no.
Ash is right on point.
I don't care.
A picture, a visual is worth 1,000 words. Try and get that out of your fucking head.
Thank you. No.
So anyway, this next track that I am premiering, this is not available. It's not publicly released on YouTube yet.
It will be.
It will be soon. But this is the final song from the album. It's a track called View Below. The words are written by Matt Brown, sung by Matt Brown, the music by myself and Tony Rodriguez. But the imagery, we decided to go a different route. We have a friend who's been a friend for a number of years, a very gifted photographer by the name of Rick Garrity. And Rick has kind of followed us around and been a part of the foundation, musically, all the stuff that we've done, and has been very gracious. He also has an incredible eye, and he spent the last few years going across the country here in Canada, catching some amazing photography, elements that usually doesn't get, I would say, you know, airtime.
Yeah.
These are some of the darker, broken elements, but they speak to, I believe, the real world. So the context in this track, reflective of how a lot of us are disconnected from the upper echelons. It's kind of our, you know, those of us down here on the earth
Not
actually having to do this versus those who live in the fucking clouds. You know, take whatever you want from it. But it was our way of expressing that, again, disconnect. That perception, the disparity. Thank you. And it was, we wanted to showcase Rick's work over the years.
Oh, it's amazing.
Some incredible black and white work. Yeah, listen, Ash says, you know, she wants to find a car with a mod so she can drag a small trailer around and do photography. Listen, art is perception.
Yes.
And we felt it was really a good context to frame, you know, around the music and, you know, to give a shout out to my brother, Rick Garrity.
Agreed.
So without further ado, going to premiere View Below. Again, this one is not available to share yet. It is the last song in the album, but it will be available within the next week, too, on YouTube to share.
Yes.
So enjoy the first look, and we'll be right back.
his attention ever growing. In the air, a child drags the blanket through the mud. She hides her eyes from the gleam of the sun, but we say, as below, so above, it shall be. The so-called trickle down, the piss of royalty. A world of stone and rock, the pain within our feet. Over the empty seas, to most certainly his grave. In his wallet, a wrinkled photograph of families embraced by decree of the crown, to war for naught but vain. They send the desperate poor to die, but we say, as above, so below, it will be. Tower of reflective glass, the view below their feet. We see ourselves while looking in, but inside can't be seen. The old proverb speaks true. Something about homes of glass and throwing stones. Well, the rocks have been just streaming down from the top of the palace walls. Wouldn't it be just a shame if we returned him home? As above and below, we will be. How soon we see you back around, broken on your knees. The pinnacle of wealth abound, now a pile of debris. Of debris.
So yes, that was the first look at View Below. All of the photography, all the images in this video, again, was done by Rick Arity over
Great talent
over a
artist.
span of many years. Some of these pictures go back into, the early 2000s. They are from many different places across the country. Some of them are from Canada. Some of them are from Nebraska. Some of them are from New York. And some of them are from New Jersey. And some of them are actual people within the framework, a.k.a.
There's two pictures of the wolf in there.
picture of my brother Tony and a couple other people through our foundation that Rick has shot over the years. Now, again, we didn't want to use, and Rick did a lot of band performance shots in the early days of Broken Pass when we performed down in the central Jersey and kind of surrounding region between Virginia and Pennsylvania and New York. And they're like, yeah, no, we wanted it to reflect his work within also the context of the song. And by the way, that video, I've done all the videos up until this point. That video was done by Shiya here, being the resident photographer that she is. She took the elements of the pictures and framed them and did the transitions and everything. I did the music, but she had the eye in this. So
I just wanted to help out.
Props to her for putting a really nice visual element together. And again,
props to the artist for taking those awesome pictures.
Yes, there's some incredibly powerful photos, in my opinion. And I love black and white photography. I think there's an element of it that is incredibly beautiful and, gives a different perspective, a view below, as the song says. That one will be available in a couple of weeks. Now, some of you may be noticing on these recent videos, these little things in the corner.
Yeah, what's that one? WC Studios thing?
That's WC Entertainment Group. That is something that Tony Rodriguez had started some years ago when we had started the band. Basically, his studio in his shop down in Central Jersey in the Highlands, New Jersey. We know, and he knows, a lot of different people through the years. Okay, and I'm not going to do a whole bunch of name dropping because it doesn't serve any point. Some of them are doing music with us, some of them had passed, and some of them are doing other things. But within that framework, we've lost people. And WC Studios simply, and I'll do a podcast down the road about this to really do it more justice, but WC Studio stands for William Carpenter. William Carpenter was a guitar player from a band called Modern Superstar, who played back in the day and, had a little bit of a decent run within the rock scene. Some interesting musicians along the way, guys that I have played with, guys that Tony's played with. But it was Tony's way of honoring his friend who passed from cancer and to give a framework for it. You know what I mean? To carry some of that on, to not only memorialize it, but also, pass it forward.
Yeah.
So
we have to remember our past.
Yes.
To really embrace our futures.
And as this project has expanded and grown, it was one of the things, that Tony and I discussed, that the album is going to be released through WC Entertainment, WC Studios.
So this is officially your production.
We may perform live. Here is the logistical element with us performing live. I live in upstate New York. Tony lives in Atlantic Highlands, New Jersey. Matt Brown lives in Texas. Okay.
Your drummer. Yeah, right.
Well, I have a drummer in Virginia. I have a drummer in Florida. I have a drummer in New Jersey. Multiple people have performed at different points along this album. Tom Hampton lives in Tennessee.
Yes.
The realistic element of being able to pull everybody together to make a live performance happen is doubtful. I will continue to perform here and there. Tony continues to perform. Matt will continue to perform. Will we perform as this element? Difficult. I can't honestly say. Now, with that being said, Matt and I will probably perform in Texas because Matt lives out in Texas. And again, in fairness, and just so, again, to give a better explanation, Matt's a family guy. He's got a daughter. Tony's a family guy. He's got a son. I'm a family guy. We're all family people. We don't want to be rock and roll stars. We create the music because we love making music and we want to share it with people. And yes, performing live is great, but performing live is a huge pain in the fucking ass, okay? There are so many logistical elements, so much in the way of hassles and things and yada, 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 that it's difficult. So I won't say never no, but again, if it does happen...
is low.
Right. Now, with that being said, anybody that's watching the podcast that happens, to have deep fucking wallets... And
give us $1 million and you'll have a private performance.
It wouldn't even cost $1 million.
I know. But
to be blunt, if some entity like a record label or something were to come in and say, hey, listen, we'll pay you guys to go out and do some shows. Yeah. but that was never the intent of why we did this. There's really not a lot of expectations. I say it half-assed and sarcastically. Would I do it? Maybe. You know what I mean? But that is the real world that we live in. You know what I mean? These are not easy elements to pull together, unfortunately.
Jamie, where's my pictures?
Oh, shit. Better run, Jamie.
My pictures, Jamie.
So, yeah, you listen, I will perform in different elements. I will continue to perform in different elements as long as I'm able. Do I want to go out and tour and do the whole fucking grind again? Oh, hell no. No. Don't want that. Not interested.
Been there, done that, burn the t-shirt?
Been there, done that, yeah. But, again, context being what it is, and if the situation presents itself, yeah, you never know. You never know. Good chance I will perform with Tony. I don't know what we're going to do for the Arts for Autism event in September in central New Jersey. Good chance that Matt and I will perform at least once or twice out in Texas when Shiya and I go to Texas. So we will let people know. We may do a kind of online live thing, which would be a whole lot more feasible to pull together. It just, again, would be the technical elements of being able to pipe everybody in and not have it sound like a big pile of shit. Thank you, my sister. I appreciate my music is part of my magic. It's, it's my shadow work. It's my soul. It's my hope. It's my love. It's my fear. It's a lot of different things. So being able to share it is huge for me. So with that being said, I think we have to dump back into
More memes.
Back to the memes. Ashley's like, she's still thinking about moving to Texas. Yeah, I mean,
it's cool in some regards.
There's always a case to be made. Yeah.
I don't think that I would live there right now at this point in my life. But, am I proud that I'm from Texas? Yeah. Am I necessarily proud of the direction the state's going? No. Hey, you love my meat making skills.
Yes, I do.
Goddamn,
she knows how to cook a fucking steak.
Steaks. If it's beef, I can make it.
So some of these next memes, again, go into some perceptional things. And guys, this next one's for you. And again, it's the whole twist off some Mickey and Minnie things. And the caption simply says this. Okay? When you ask your girl for a threesome and she bring her gay best friend. Ha 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 ha. Guys, be careful what you wish for. Okay?
Threesome? It's a legit thing.
Again.
It's
amazing. You know what I mean?
Gotta be specific.
2 women. That's perfectly fine. That's within the balance of nature. As, soon as homie McQueer shows up, oh, God, that's an abomination.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Double standards.
Now,
with that being said, guys, that doesn't mean you have to go out and suck dick. It doesn't mean you have to go spread your ass cheeks and play catcher. Okay? It just means that you can't frame certain things with that double standard. You can't say in one element, hey, baby, let's have a threesome, and think it's okay to stick your dick in another woman, but then all of a sudden, she wants to bring another guy, and then you're going to lose your shit, be it he gay or... I think that's just an easier escape valve for most guys, because I think more guys are terrified that the straight guy's actually going to give their girl better dick.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
I personally think that's the truth.
Yeah.
Not all men, okay? I'm not trying to throw you all under the bus.
Just most of you.
But I'm gonna call things out for what they are. It's a double fucking standard, okay?
It fits.
So be careful what you wish for.
Nuts and it's okay.
Well, yeah. Listen, shit happens.
That's funny.
So our next one is a Breaking Bad meme. This one just spoke to me.
I love this. It's true.
And the caption simply goes like this. When someone brings up a current event, but you haven't seen a meme about it yet. And it's basically Bryan Cranston's character just looking up from a fucking daze. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yep.
Listen, I can relate sometimes. Sometimes we become so disconnected that, social media and memes become our only contact with outside reality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
In many cases.
I just found it, ironically humorous. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
There have been times
there's no meme on it that didn't happen.
There's been times I've seen memes and I'm like, what the hell's this about? And I have to go look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all contextual.
Yep.
So our next one.
I laughed. I nearly spit out my
Here it is, okay?
tea.
This is how teenage boys get stuck in caves.
The cave
okay?
looks like a very nice, welcoming, tight vagina.
Listen, you can speak for yourself. Again, not unlike the earlier Sesame Street nightmare. This is absolutely fucking horrifying to me, okay?
Why?
Because
why?
it's hard enough in this reality. Pornhub has fucked it up for most guys as it is. Because, as much as we like to talk, we can't compete with Johnny Dick Storm. You know what I mean? So this is just like the ultimate example of female empowerment. It's just like, come walk your silly ass into this giant vagina where you're going to make no difference. You could disappear into that cave and nobody would ever know.
Yeah, but what a great time you'll have doing it.
I don't think so. I think you're just going to fall into the darkness, get lost, and die of starvation. It's not going to end well, man.
Hope. Does anybody else think if you slap that cave, slick cave, it would sound / feel juicy? You have to.
No, I think it would sound like a fucking ant from Lord of the Rings. Who hath awakened off slumber?
Actually, this could be the ant wives.
Could be the ant wives. See, this is well played. That's what happened. They went underground and just like, here's the pussy if you can find it. If not,
sucks to be you.
Your species is gonna die out. But listen, I mean, again, for the teenage boys out there, this is what happens. This is how perceptions are built. Okay.
I think that I think that's awesome. I love it. I love it.
So our next one, and again, another little South Park take. And I'm sorry for offending anybody of the Asian persuasion, but I'm sorry, I had to go here because sometimes even China fucks up.
Oh yeah.
But here it is. It's a South Park. It's from one of their episodes. And the top of the caption is, when China bans South Park. And it's a picture of, Stan Marsh and a couple of Chinese cops, and he's in the cuffs, and, they're obviously taking him away. But in the bottom caption, but then it gives South Park a way to make more episodes bashing China. And it's a picture of Stan basically strangling Winnie the Pooh. Yeah. Moral of this story, boys and girls, for those of you who can't read between the lines or who are just traumatized by Winnie the Pooh getting strangled in China, when you oppress, when you censor, when you basically try to squeeze the very life out of fucking existence, guess what? The rest of us, we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. Okay? This is not how we move beyond certain stereotypes of elements of things. Now, with that being said, this is an important, I guess, asterisk. This is not to suggest this reflects Chinese people in general, because it doesn't. Just like every other country, a government rarely represents its people. That would be like saying, 4 years ago, everybody in America was like Trump, or right now saying everybody's like Biden. Biden's a fucking, he's a fucking ghost half the time. And Trump was a fucking sex offender.
He's a Cheeto.
That doesn't reflect me or you or anything else, and it doesn't have anything to do with fucking politics. So yeah, shitty behavior, especially, if you're somebody like the guys from South Park, they're just going to be like, oh, gee, thanks. Here's something else to go to fucking at. See, now that was fucking racist, probably. Somebody's going to be pissed off about that. But it's comedy. Okay?
You know what? Is it comedy if you don't piss anybody off? I doubt it.
I seriously doubt it.
I seriously doubt it.
But I'm an equal opportunity offender. So, yes, it was China's turn.
Yes. Ash.
Moving right along.
Oh.
This
love
is
this one.
this is a great Corona one.
I love
and
it.
some of you will probably relate to this. And it's a caption from Avengers. Okay. It's a classic Tony Stark meme. But
Yes.
this variation. Government. No one should panic. Coronavirus is not that serious. Government shortly after. I'm sorry, Earth is closed today. Anybody remember living through this? Now again, irony, sarcasm being what it is. But yeah, those of you that, have been around for at least the past couple of years,
And
the planet basically closed for a while. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Earth is closed today.
Yep.
We got the corona. How'd that work out?
Not fun.
Diana says, funny how everything today is offensive to people who grew up with All in the Family and Simpsons.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think the people who grew up on All in the Family are absolutely baffled. They don't give a shit because they're like me and, you and some of us, we come from the Carlin school of, you know what? If you don't like it, don't listen.
Right.
But yeah, listen, if we can't laugh at shit, we're fucked.
This is Bob. This is Bob getting offended by a meme. This is Bob scrolling on by it.
Oh, but
Be like Bob.
I strive to continue to offend. And I'm going there.
Go there.
I haven't gone here yet, but I'm going. It's time for some Bill Cosby. Now, again, those of you at home who are watching, don't attempt to adjust your phone or computer. What you're seeing is actually happening, and it's basically this fucked up, out of focus image of Bill Cosby. He's looking at you with that kind
How
of...
many fingers is he holding up?
And the caption says, if you're seeing this, it's probably too late. Yes, I went there. So basically, this is it's a kind of pudding pop rape meme.
Yep.
Now, those of you, again, that are,
You're seeing this
not
definitely
up to speed, no, this is a little bit older. I mean, Bill Cosby, again, for those of you who don't know,
he's already been exonerated.
decided, the best course of action for him as a comedian, an actor, and as an overall human being was to roofie people and then have his way with them. But it gets better, Bill. This one's just for you. And this one, just, the old Bill Cosby as the spokesman for the Jell-O instant pudding and the pudding pops, and it basically says, I love pudding. Putting my dick where it don't belong.
Boom.
Yes, I went there. Yeah, Ash, I grew up with John Waters and Divine, too. It's hard to get offended, and anybody who knows John Waters and Divine literally, in one of her movies, ate dog shit. It wasn't CGI, it wasn't a prop. She actually scooped up the dog shit off the sidewalk and fucking ate it. Now, I don't consider that art, but yeah, it's hard to go much deeper. But Bill, the moral of the story here, Bill, is stop putting your dick where it don't belong. Okay? Guys, in general, this doesn't eat well. Okay? It doesn't.
Okay, that is definitely in my Ash.
We have to. Ash just really...
Ash here we go.
Yeah, we gotta drop Bill.
Sabrina,
For those of you, so you can see, Ash Buck, quote unquote, I can't eat pudding anymore. Not because of Bill Cosby, but because my friends eat pussy with pudding in it.
I mean,
wow.
Thanks
for sharing.
Yeah.
Listen, some things you see and you can't unsee.
I can't see that.
I don't think I would have ever visualized that. And I can't unsee it now. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Kind of like the whole beaver.
Yeah, Ash is right. Pink Flamingos is if you want to see Divine eat dog shit.
Yeah, no,
for,
really.
Those of you
I'm okay.
who care about these things.
Not.
Yeah, Diana's like, alrighty then. I don't know. Diana, are you offended by the pussy eating or the pudding? Or is it a combination of the two?
I think it's a combination of.
I mean, I threw Suzanne under the bus, but I gotta play with Diana. Well played, Diana. Diana's like, yes.
Yes.
Now here's a question for all you Klingons out there. Is stuffed beaver a dish best served cold?
I'm gonna go with no on that one. I'm just gonna say no.
I don't know.
It just feels right to say no to that.
Should I say no?
Yeah, to say no. I'm gonna say no.
Nancy Reagan says, just say no to pudding in the beaver.
There you go.
Oh, Suzanne's all trying to play innocent. Nope.
Me, no.
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Nope. You are the beaver queen. Wear your mantle proudly.
Just say no.
Say no to cold
pussy.
Somebody's gonna come on this, and they're gonna come on in the middle of it, or they're gonna just click it on YouTube, and they'd be like, "What the fuck?" Listen, whatever this is worth, and this is how I'm kind of seeing it. Yeah. We're all part of our own little sitcom.
Exactly.
And I love it. We have these incredible fucked up interactions. We talk about things that you can really rarely ever talk about. And of course, Suzanne, of course, true to form, and because, again, she has to, not unlike the Vikings, periodically she has to establish her dominance on the fucked up scale.
Absolutely.
So Suzanne, and then again, for those of you who can't see it, Suzanne's quote is, "I'm best served hot and ready, like Little Caesar's pizza."
Pizza.
All righty then.
I'd like a sausage.
So, of course you were going to go there.
Of course.
Well, listen, I'm going to go back to Elmo. This is a really simple one. You got two frames here. On the top frame is basically Elmo at a table. On the left side are some fruits and vegetables. And the caption over the fruits and vegetables, healthy social skills. And on the right side is a pile of cocaine with the label memes. The bottom frame is Elmo just face planting into that pile of cocaine and being like, fuck it! Now, footnote, I am not suggesting or endorsing shoving your face into a pile of white powder. You have no idea what that shit's cut with. It's not like it used to be, okay? Sorry. But in the same instance, I can relate to the element. Healthy social skills versus a pile of cocaine? Choose wisely. It's a hard choice.
Honey, do.
Oh.
Sugar.
No. Well, listen, just say. Going back to some Family Guy.
Oh,
listen,
my God. I love this.
I went after the Chinese. I went after Bill Cosby. I got to go up against, this whole Muslim insanity thing. And this is, again, it's from Family Guy.
This is probably the only kind of virgins they're going to find.
Right. Listen, this is breaking news. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi enraged after seeing his 72 virgins in paradise. Now, there's some Trek fans, there's some Harry Potter, there's a whole lot of glasses. It's a fucking nerd fest, man. And let me tell you, homeboy's there, he's got the turban on, he's still got the fucking bomb vest on and shit. Got the pearly gates and all the nice white clouds, and it's like, fuck! This is bullshit! They blew their ass out of these fucking... This is bullshit! Where is my God Muhammad? These are not the virgins I was promised! This is all bullshit!
What other kind of virgins do you think you're going to find this day and age?
Listen, man, extremism is its own reward. Be careful what you wish for. You might just get it.
Suzanne's wondering where's Waldo and
my sister. Get out of my fucking head, girl. Yes, it's great. Great minds think alike. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. This is what you get. Okay? I got no fucking sympathy. I don't give a shit if you're offended. Okay? I'm really sick and tired because, and I will say this again as an important footnote, I have Muslim friends and they're not like this fucker. They don't want to blow anybody up. They don't want to kill anybody. They don't think you and I are infidels. They want to smoke weed and watch Sunday night football just like the rest of us.
I kill you.
For the humanity, yes. So, yeah, sometimes we have to make fun of certain things.
And Ash has a point. The nerdy ones tend to be the freakiest once they're...
Well, we're not going to go there. Ash has been on a pudding roll, so I'm almost afraid to open the door and let Ash in to trick or treat right now.
Right.
Well, we love you. So, again, in keeping with the spirit of let's offend everybody tonight.
That sounds like fun.
Ladies, this is a caption from Game of Thrones, and it's Joffrey. Oh, Joffrey.
It is most offended.
Here's your caption. That face dudes make when you set boundaries with them and refuse to contort yourself into their ideal or even waste any of your precious energies on their bullshit. Ladies, I think you can relate. Guys, don't act surprised. They're hip. They've had enough of the bullshit.
Yeah.
Dudes, let me just clue you in on a little bit of reality. Women have been getting fucked, figuratively and literally, for thousands of years, okay? Did you really think they weren't going to figure it out, okay? Did you really think that they weren't going to band together and be like, we've been being fucked for 2,000 years, we've had enough, okay? This is what happens, okay?
Neil!
Read a fucking history book.
Yes.
But yes.
And Diana's like, yep, once the nerdy gets dirty, oh shit. That is true.
Y'all a bunch of fucking freaks.
I love this one.
So here we're going back to the feminist. Yeah. Now, again, this is old school Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka, and there are fucking millions of these goddamn things. But I still like them. Keep some old aspect alive. I like Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka.
Yeah,
I love Johnny Depp as an actor, and we're not even going to go into the Johnny Depp shit tonight. But Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka was fucking terrifying.
That was more
Tim Burton. I think Tim Burton is like, you know what? Fuck the pleasantries. We're just going to make the most horrifying context that we can. But yes, here is the meme for those of you who can't see it at home. The top of the caption, and again, it's Gene Wilder. He's got his hand on his head. He's got the whole Willy Wonka suit. He's got that smile.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't pass gun laws because it treads on your liberty. Tell me more about how we must regulate marriage and vaginas.
That's what I'm
double standard. And listen, here's the compromise. Listen, I'm totally cool. I understand the reality. You know what? I believe that people have the right to own firearms, okay? You're not going to stop the fucking assholes and the idiots no matter what you do. But here it is. If you want that, and that's fine, leave women's vaginas alone and leave gay people alone, okay?
Yes.
There's the middle ground. You get to keep your guns. Gay people get to fuck whoever they want. And women don't have to listen to old white guys tell them what to do with their pussies anymore.
Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Preach it. And y'all wonder why I love this man.
Hey, Suzanne, what's the rum?
Captain Jack Sparrow. Hide the rum! Suzanne's coming.
Yeah, well, hey. Alrighty. Not sure if I should take my clothes off and call them a pig for looking, or call them misogynists for not appreciating my body when they don't stare. Yes, had to flip the script, ladies. I gave you two, but this one's not for you. Yes, as men, we have a bit of a dilemma on our hands.
Yeah.
We're kind of damned if we do, damned if we don't. It's like the Pornhub Kobayashi Maru. To look, not to look. Do I get an erection? Do I avoid it? Do I run? Do I pretend that I'm reading poetry? Or do I simply pull my dick out like Louis C.K. and just roll the dice and see what happens?
This is why we women nowadays should be telling people exactly what we expect. For example, I shaved my legs the other day. I came out from shaving my legs, and I told them, okay, honey, I shaved my legs. It is now your obligation to run your hands over my legs and say, ooh, that's smooth.
And I refused on pure principle, and I didn't.
You did not.
Because I did not appreciate being objectified sexually like that. How dare you? Anyway. But here it is. For a lot of us, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, you know, again, if we're going to be honest, if you go out there wearing nothing but dental floss up the crack of your ass
You need to
and
expect a guy
pasties
to-
on your nipples, we're going to look at you. And we might even, in our minds, jerk off on you in the process. I'm sorry, okay? This is years of conditioning. A lot of us, we don't want to, but in this analogy, we have to have a little bit more of a reasonable context about what's actually going on. Because again, to some degrees, it really is. It's a no-win fucking scenario. I don't want to objectify you, but if you shove your pussy in my face, what am I supposed to do? Just ignore it? Then you get pissed off. But if I'm like, well, it's here, I might let me fuck it. How many licks does it take to get to the center of this Tootsie Roll Pop? And then all of a sudden I'm fucking canceled.
Yeah.
So what do I do? Now, again, I say this figuratively because I'm in a very healthy and happy relationship with my girl, okay?
Aww.
And I say that openly and honestly. But there was a time, and it wasn't that long ago, where I was single. And women literally, okay, would throw their pussies at me, okay? True story. Now,
They
again,
catch them and just throw them across.
Now,
the-
see-
I'm teasing.
fucking Diana. Again, this is my show. This is not, it's not supposed to be Diana takes the reins and, hey, like, you thought that was fucked up. But in all
You
seriousness,
gotta add the parking lot
Jesus
story above.
well played, Diana, because, again, once you see something, and Diana, this means for you, because now, unfortunately, whenever I think about your vagina, I'm going to see large curd cottage cheese. I'm not sure if that was your intent. I mean, I love you as a sister anyway, but this just pretty much definitively removed you from any and all future jerk-off fantasies. I'm just saying. It's never going to happen now. But yeah,
That's hilarious.
it's all contextual. Now, and again, Ash through a little bit of I think it's a law that if someone in the same room with you shaves something, it has to be petted. I don't know about that. I mean, in some states, I guess that's only acceptable if you're related to them, but that's just, I think that's interpretive.
And the wolf has looked at
I don't know.
giving him about 4 or 5 times. Because I've given him a look. And he's done a quadruple.
And of course, the previous Diana fuckery, and I guys got to read this. Diana says, the plus side of being a bit overweight and being older than 40, when you change out of a wet bathing suit into fresh clothes in the parking lot, it's view at your own risk.
Hashtag
now,
true story.
I'm going to say this honestly, and I do not mean this specifically. Again, Diana, I am not objectifying you sexually.
No.
But personally, as a man, I'm going to say this. I find it more attractive for a woman that is real, that's overweight, say, or has got some stretch marks, or maybe one nipple points 38 degrees here and 47 degrees over there, or whatever the case may be. That to me is real. I've danced the whole plasticine Barbie thing, and let me tell you, it's bullshit. It's an illusion, all right? And guys, clue in on this. The porn, the gentlemen's magazines, the strip clubs, it's all bullshit, man. It's an illusion. These are not real women in the sense of, at least that you're ever going to have. So, you know what I mean? And in fairness, there's a case to be made that we all get older. So if we live within this fucking one-dimensional thing that, once you go outside the box of a particular, mindset, it's fucking insane. It really is. So I prefer a woman in this particular element just being that, that ass just flapping in the breeze. That to me is erotic. You know what I mean? All the fucking fake bimbos in the fucking the beach doing their isn't my ass? No, your ass isn't great because you're a hollow fucking shell, and I already know what it's gonna be like to fuck you, and I'm not, and I don't want to. All right, because it's horrible. It's horrifying, guys. Hey, listen, any guy that's experienced this knows what I'm talking about. It's just fucking insane. Real women don't look like this, okay?
Nope.
It's a fucking illusion, man. Fucking illusion, man.
Yep, a body is a body.
Yeah, listen, again. Perception. We change our perception. We can literally change our reality. Suzanne's like, what's with the dude sending dick pics? It's like the new handshake or something. How are you? Bam, dick pic. Yeah, listen, I've mentioned this before. I don't get it. You know, I think, again, it's just like that complete, like the chicken with its head cut off moment.
Yeah.
The guys have realized that they've reached the end of the misogynistic period within history, you know, not like, you know, the Cretaceous period and shit, like the fucking dinosaurs, man, they're going fucking extinct. So in a mad kind of fucking dodo frenzy, they're like, shit, it's just about over, guys. Everybody pull their dicks out while you can. I don't know. I don't
know. It's actually a crime in some places to send dick pics now.
Well, it should be. Listen, it's like, again, it's unwarranted. Like, who the fuck in their right mind thinks that this is somehow in play? Like, ladies, I don't know, by a show of hands or text chat or whatever, how many of you are just like, you know, just hanging out on Facebook and all of a sudden got that random dick pic and just like, oh, this is just what I needed, what I wanted, a random dick.
Never.
What reality does this have? It doesn't.
It never, ever, ever, never.
Well, yes, there's the flip side, actions, and that's great. It makes for great comedy. Sure, yeah, take those, you know, take them into Photoshop. You know what I mean? Have fun with it. Me personally, I think that's the best way to deal with that. It's like, oh, you want to put your dick out here for free usage? Thank you. I will fucking dope fiend that shit into some crazy Klingon porn, and then post it to your job. You're like, this is what Bob does on the weekends when nobody thinks he's looking. Watch the world turn upside down. You like fish sticks, buddy? Yeah, well, see, if you, like Suzanne said, you can't really post it on, you know, when you do that shit on Facebook, you're, you know, bang. You know, Facebook just
Facebook jail.
Fucking, like, nope. Can't have that. But yes, listen, you know, again, this is what I call dancing in the mouth of madness. I do not know why guys do some of the things they do. You know, desperation, insanity, bad cocaine, you know, 1,001 different variables, and all of them are equally viable in any particular context or time. It is what it is. So moving on to our last final couple of memes.
I love
this is another Shiya pic. It's cute. And it's a couple what appears to be Tibetan Buddhist children with different expressions on their face. And the caption is, ah, yes, the many faces of the spiritual journey.
The first one is like, oh, God, not again. Just deadpan, resting bitch face. Like, I'm just doing what I got to do.
Can we go home now, please?
And the next one is playing the fool, kind of biting his finger and giggling his full head off like this is the funniest shit.
And that caption says,
entire lifetime.
I just shit in his cereal and he's gonna eat it. He can't smell it. This is gonna be the funniest fucking thing ever.
The last one has his hands together as if in prayer with like the crying face just looking up to the heavens and entreating, no, God, please, God, no, God, no.
And that face, I think, most of us can relate to at some point or another. That face simply says that is the desperate cry to any god, goddess, deity, or fucking infomercial salesman in the desperate plea, God, please don't let me shit myself.
Yes.
Okay? There are moments in time. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when, where you will embrace the deepest of philosophical and religious dogma, because if you pull that trigger, it may be, hey, you know, this feels like gas, nobody's looking, can I let it? No.
No.
Don't let it rip.
Don't do it.
God, please don't let me shit myself. Not
That's
here.
right.
Not in front of all these people. Not now. I promise I'll never eat Taco Bell again. I will go vegetarian. I will donate to UNICEF and help feed starving children in Africa. I will literally change my fucking religion because I just don't want to have to deal with the context of having to explain why I shit myself.
So, yeah, I'm with that.
Hello, 911. Help! I think I shit myself.
You expect a rip, but you get the drip.
Yeah. But these are real life problems.
Yes.
Practical elements. What do you do in this moment? Yeah, you got to reach out for a higher power. Who the hell is out? Nobody else is going to save you. Okay? There is no fucking shit fairy that's just going to, oh, hello there. Let me clench your buttocks so now you may escape. No.
No, that's called the bidet. The bidet fairy.
What?
The bidet fairy cleans your buttocks.
You're not supposed to tell them.
Oh.
Anyway, moving on from that shitty
I love
exploration.
This one was posted by our sister Ashley Hart. And yeah,
it's an Ashley Hart. Yes.
Yes.
This is just a caption and the photo basically of all the different stages of the moon. And the caption is, self-care is canceled. We're doing weed and yelling at the moon naked.
I'm game for that once it's warm.
Listen, great therapy. Okay? Sometimes, despite the best of intentions, despite all logic, you smoke a blunt and go yell at the moon naked. Okay? Just let it all fucking hang out.
Great time to meet.
Listen, there is a case to be made. Now, again, context. Do not do that in the Walmart parking lot.
No.
You will go to jail.
Yes, you will.
Keep that in mind. I'm not bailing you out. Okay? And I am documenting right here and right now. Disclaimer. Do not smoke weed and yell at the moon naked in a Walmart parking lot.
Yep.
Go to Disneyland and do it. They'll appreciate it better. See, I went there.
That's horrible.
I went there.
You went there. That is
Listen,
awful.
we live in a fucked up world, man. And fucking everything's inside out, outside in. You're just like, right, Ash just got it. Just go to Target.
Yeah, right? Target.
Target.
Target. It's Target.
See, she lives by the creek and there are woods around, so safe. Honey, you will not be safe. You're the beaver queen. What do you think lives in the woods?
They're going to look and say, ooh.
You get naked?
Talking about beaver ass.
That's an open invitation to all the critters of the woods. And they're going to be like, we smell vanilla. Let's investigate.
Pudding.
Yep.
Diane.
Oh, yeah, it could be worse. It could be worse. Bill Cosby could show up with a bunch of pudding pops.
Right.
What a horrible movie that would be.
Oh, my God. That just is way too vivid of an.
I mean, I like to believe if there's any balance, any karma in the universe, that old man, that within at least his first 2 weeks of jail, he got his own pudding pop.
Oh, my God.
Diana, you're probably right. That's probably how she does collect the beaver ass juice. She goes out into the woods. She does her ritual. She calls all the forest creatures to her in some pagan, nightmarish Caligula-based orgy of artificial flavoring and pudding.
Pudding!
No, you're not joking, Diana. You're serious. I could read it. Brother Johnny says, especially if you're an 87-year-old woman. No shit. Someone I knew said some old lady came into his mom's job and started shopping. Cops threw a blanket on her, and she was fighting them. Listen, again, in all seriousness, anybody who's ever seen dementia up close, Alzheimer's is not a fun time. So sometimes there's, there is no contextual blame per se. Now, again, if it's a 26-year-old crack whore on a meth binge, I got no fucking sympathy, baby. Put that shit away. Put that shit away, man. But hey, in good humor, we can dance around some of these elements. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's, yeah, a little bit to handle, but...
That's messed up.
Yeah, it is. It's messed up.
That's messed up. I like how you spelled it, messed up.
You know, and
That's
you know, to
cute.
just
That's
kind
messed
of,
up.
you know, I guess
Probably
you
nothing
could say,
involved.
if we were to sum up our experience, we learned some new things today.
Like
Okay.
how to get beaver ash juice.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we already knew about that.
Well, but at least now we know the collection method. Now.
No. I mean, we know that Diana likes to put on little voyeur shows in the parking lot after she goes to the beach. Suzanne has questionable relationships with creatures of the forest.
And Ash is just freaky. Freaky deaky.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. Absolutely fucking terrified.
And
But strangely,
has friends with pudding.
yes, yeah.
TMI.
Hmm.
I love this final meme, though. I really do.
Yes.
Yes.
And here we go. Here it is, folks. A Muslim, a Jew, a Christian, a pagan, and an atheist all walk into a coffee shop. And they talk, laugh, drink coffee, and become good friends. It's not a joke. It's what happens when you're not an asshole.
Imagine that.
Hmm.
Can't we all be friends? Can't we
Listen,
all
sometimes the
just be
simplest answer is the
friends?
correct answer. It doesn't fucking matter, okay? An asshole's an asshole, no matter what color, what size, what shape you want to slice it, okay?
Yep.
If we can find those common elements, if we can all embrace our inner beaver. As Diana says, just show up in the woods. Get naked. Hang with the beavers. You never know. You might like it. But again, in all seriousness, all it takes is just that little bit of shift of dynamic, be it framed in comedy and humor, be it framed in love, even if it's framed in pudding. The only thing I would say is just don't frame it in cottage cheese. That's where I got to draw the line. I can deal with everything else. The cottage cheese just fucked it up for me. Diana, I'm never going to be able to eat cottage cheese again. Okay? And it's your fault. It's your fault. I blame you.
Oh my God, you never drink it.
And thank God I have one of Ashley Hart's cream catchers, because otherwise I would be seriously fucked tonight.
Well, you might.
So listen, I mean, again, if nothing else, buy one of Ashley's dream catchers. It will protect you against the dark arts.
Yes, protection
For,
against
you know,
the dark arts. At least
when-
while you're sleeping.
Looking at you.
Ash, fuck. Oh my God.
I don't even have a
You're going
conceptual reference.
From bad to worse.
It's like, what, why, how, whatever.
It's that whole.
I was like, whatever.
thing.
My fault for looking. No. See, wait a minute. We gotta go back.
Why can't
We gotta go
be
back.
friends?
Honey, no. You threw that shit in my face. That's not my fault. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Oh,
Jesus.
God.
Good grief.
Lifestyles of the not so rich and extremely fucked up.
And you know what? You would be pissed off if I ate your cottage cheese. Just remember that. Kobayashi Maru. No win scenario. The wolf is fucked either way you slice it. Yeah. Happy birthday to me. Diane, I don't think you do anything discreetly on. I love you. I love you all. Listen, it was really been a great time.
Too much fun.
Remember, love each other. Do the things that you can. Support each other.
Don't take yourself too seriously.
You know, go dance in the woods naked. Seriously. You know, do whatever you got to do to survive one day to the next. Remember, we're in it together. Okay? Really. And if nothing else, you know, you have something to laugh at. Hopefully it gives you a little bit better perspective on the moment, if just for that, just for the moment. So until next time, boys and girls, and remember, if you're not sure if you should take off your clothes and call them a pig for looking, or call them a misogynist for not appreciating your body, the problem might be you. Just saying.
Just saying.
Till next time, love ya.
If I can find the things that you want me to change, I'm still gonna keep on walking. No, gonna sway the way I am. They can't just keep on talking. If I even wanted to hear what the fuck you say, you'll hear me calling you by name. I am the master of my own future, and I don't have time to play your stupid game.